What are your fondest memories of theater with Mr. Bundy?
Oh gosh, my fondest memories of theater with Mr. Bundy were probably all the times we got caught doing stupid stuff. And he'd be real harsh, but we knew we all knew he was just joking and having a good time. But
I think definitely every show has been a memory in itself, but then every class has been a memory too. Like in middle school we didn't have theater class, so coming to high school and having that opportunity has been phenomenal.
My fondest memories of theater with Mr. Bundy would definitely have to be every day at rehearsal, just the fun that you have with him, the, I guess, feeling that you get when he teaches you something new and you take that and you can use it in your daily life and on stage every day.
The fondest memories I have with this wonderful theater and, of course, our wonderful director, Mr. Bundy, is just working with him throughout my entire career and I guess being able to learn so much from him. But if I were to pick out one specific thing, it would have to be working side by side with him to take our show in Nebraska, Drowsy Chaperone, and just be welcomed by such a big audience.
A lot of offstage memories are fun. Like what happens behind the scenes. Like sophomore year, getting into a water squirt gun fight with him behind, off stage. Yeah, that was fun. And doing stuff like that. Just this silly stuff. Those are the good memories. It's better than getting yelled at.
I think as a personal relationship between me and him, we've come a long way. You know, I was always a quiet, shy person, and he's kind of brought a more crazier side out of me. So I enjoy it. I've found a new look on life from him.
Mr. Bundy, he's a role model. He's like a hero. You know, he's like a second dad. He taught me a bunch of stuff that I'd never had any freaking clue. He's always been there for me. He's nicer than he should have been. He's just a really cool old man.
Oh, that's a toughie. Fondest memory with Mr. Bundy there.
So are you trying to say that it's hard to be fond with Mr. Bundy?
No, gosh dang. I'm just saying it's been a really great time all around. I can't really pick out any moment in particular. I mean, Drowsy Chaperone, that of course was a really good experience because we got to meet all the people from New Albany there and get along with a whole different set of cast, and I had a really great time being along with Sam there as the other pastry chef. And even going into International, there was a bunch of stuff to do there. Like I did stand-up comedy one night. I actually got a whole lot of laughs out of the routine I put together, but
Well, I started off my freshman year, a regular freshman, and so, you get those random thoughts, and you shave your head. Well, you shave your head, and as a freshman, you're afraid of your teachers and whatnot. Well, I walk into class, shaved head, first thing I get, Willis, you look like a penis. That's how I started my career here.
That's a lot
He's
of
like
experience.
a very old 4-year-old who has a crazy imagination and he knows how to get things done.
He taught me to love theater and to explore every aspect of it, not just look at, to see everything, to see the beauty in it.
Why will you miss Mr. Bundy?
I think everybody's going to miss Mr. Bundy because he's irreplaceable. The theater department's just not going to be the same without him.
Missing Mr. Bundy is like candy without sugar, it's just syrup. I don't know. It's really, you can't really do theater here. I don't know. It's going to be hard to see theater without Bundy, It's going to be weird. I don't know if I'll be able to come back next year. I'll be too saddened to not have him here, but I think the reason I'm going to miss him most is because he's just, all of his work is just phenomenal.
honestly, even though I missed being in his class for a year because I opted out and went into choir before I came back for musical theater, I still felt really attached to them, and honestly, even more so than a teacher, it's like I haven't had a job, but it's like he's been my first boss there. You report in for work, you do your shifts, and it's a job you really enjoy in a theater. Of course, you don't get paid, but still, he's, I don't know, he's been a really strong figure throughout high school there.
I'll definitely miss his creativity, and the inspiration he's brought into the theater department has just been something irreplaceable. No other theater director is going to be able to come in. Sure, other directors will be great, but no one will be Mr. Bundy.
I can't imagine this place without him. I mean, he's been such a big part in all of our lives, whether you think he has or not. It's just looking around and seeing somebody else in that chair isn't going to be the same. It's just not going to have that same touch, that same relationship, that bond that he's given all of us. And nobody can replace him. They can do well, but they can't replace him.
He's funny. Nobody can get that walk just quite right, the Bundy Shuffle. Nobody else has New Albany.
Orange.
Yeah, Orange, that's a good one. Tape measure. So, you know, it's going to be hard to get on without those key things.
What have you guys found most influential about Mr. Bundy?
Probably his stories.
Yeah, I like his
I find his
stories.
stories very
I think like just Mr. Bundy's dedication to what he does theater and to us is really influential because it makes me be more dedicated to everything else.
I think his sense of drive and creativity, and he's so inspirational. The way he knows what we're capable of, and if we're not doing it, he'll. It's stressful sometimes in rehearsals because he'll push us so hard, but he pushes us because he knows we're good, and he wants us to reach our full potential. So that's something I've always respected about him.
I like Bundy stories. They're always enjoyable, always funny, and they're always a great way to waste time in class.
The thing I like most about Mr. Bundy was just his creativity. It was just crazy to see that man work and think and do his thing.
The thing about Mr. Bundy is he's a genius in so many different aspects, and it's outstanding that he is a ridiculously good director who can get whatever he wants out of his actors, and he at the same time he can come up with an awesome design for a show, and he manages whatever he needs to, and he sends out the advertisements and everything. But what makes him stand out from everyone else is that his love for the arts lets him be this really funny, enjoyable guy who's just good to be around. Brightens everyone's mood.
I always like how has all these ideas. He has great ideas that are just, he can just go and be like, I'm gonna try this, and I'm gonna try that, and I'm gonna try this, and oh, I like that, I like this, but we're gonna add this to it, and it's gonna be even better. And it's just cool. He's always been a really good leader, and it's nice to have him as a director.
If Mr. Bundy has made a contribution in your life, what is it?
The thing that Mr. Bundy has helped me realize in my life is that I need to learn how to prioritize, because starting in freshman year, I realized that if I was in a production, I couldn't just put off a practice because I was in another club or something was out there, unless it was something that, like a match or something, a game that was something I had already set beforehand. I couldn't just put theater aside. If you're in a production, you have to be dedicated to that production, and you can't put it off for something else.
Mr. Bundy's contribution to my life has been teaching me confidence, not just on stage, but as a person. And he's taught me to work through my personal issues with being on stage and allowing theater to kind of take over your life and play an immense role in your life. It helps you deal with the issues that you're facing just by being on stage, by being under his direction.
Taught me how to think, taught me how to learn, be creative, and how to foster it and not just let it go crazy, and be able to focus it in one direction and keep it there.
If I was to say the biggest contribution he's had in my life would probably be my confidence level has gone up dramatically, just from being in theater and having him push me to be better and having the confidence in myself to do what I was able to do. That's been pretty big.
I think it's a new outlook on life. It's just, it's fun. It's day by day, every day is special. Don't get too serious about things. Factor.
Simply because this theater has impacted my life so drastically, Mr. Bundy's presence and his opportunity that he gives for everybody, that's one of the greatest things I could ever thank him for. He's just impacted my life by giving so many people the opportunity to make something of themselves.
He's been that like respective figure and role model that really pushed you to be 110%. It's not just what you want to do or what you think you can do. It's what he knows you can do, and he's going to make sure you get there and farther, and he'll keep you there.
How long have you guys been in theater?
All of high school, all 4 years.
3 years.
I started theater with Mr. Bundy when I did Willy Wonka in 5th grade. I meant not Willy Wonka. I meant Wizard of Oz in 5th grade. Oh no, yeah, I take that back. Sorry, I started it when in Wizard of Oz too as a Munchkin. We were Munchkins together.
I've been doing theater, not with the school. I started back when I was like 5, but I've been doing theater here since my freshman year.
I started theater here in the 6th grade with Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
That's fun. That was the only show that I wasn't in.
What led you to the theater department?
The first show I saw was the Peter Pan, not the one they did my freshman year, but the first one. And whenever, at the very end, when they flew her out over the audience, it was complete magic, and I just had to be a part of something.
That's the exact story I was about to tell.
I joined theater because I like to sing and dance, so I thought, why not join theater?
I was raised.
Good.
I was raised on theater, so you just kind of have to do what you love.
Yeah, both my parents have done theater, and it was just something I also like to do besides, sports and stuff like that.
Mr. Bundy is a figure that he's just so respectable and inspirational. I've really thought about it a couple times, and if you took what I think goes on in his head and made it a movie, it'd be a really trippy, scary adventure that had an awesome plot in the end. And I've never seen anything like that in a person. He's a real role model.
Why do you think that this theater department will miss Mr. Bundy?
He's been here forever. That's one thing. I don't think anyone could remember a time before Bundy. He's done a lot of great things for this theater. I know I was only here to see like maybe 5 years of it, but I know he's done a lot of great things just from all the stories and shows we've seen.
Every director has their own aspect of what they teach and the way they teach it. But I think just the way Bundy connects with kids, and it's almost intimidating, but it's still on a friendship level, so you definitely have a respect for him. But then also he can be your best friend. So I think it's not a scary intimidation factor. It's just you want to do well for him because he deserves it.
I will miss Mr. Bundy because I won't have that kind of influence in my life at all times anymore. I've been with the old man for 4 years, almost every day, and now I know that he just won't be around. And it's sad, and I'll miss that feeling that you get when you're around him. It's just the Bundy feeling, and it's gonna be sad, but it's good for him. It's good for us.
As cliche as it is, Mr. Bundy is the greatest. That's what everyone around here thinks. That's what everyone says. And the reason why it's cliche is because it's the truth. there's nobody around here that can do what he can do as efficiently as he can. Everyone knows the reason why Floyd Central Theater is as respectable and as good as it is because of the countless hours he puts in, both for the actors, both for the techs, both for managing everything. The reason why I'm going to miss Mr. Bundy is because I know deep down inside my heart this theater will never, ever be the same. There's just a life that he brings to it, and you just can't argue with that.
Hey, why will you guys miss Mr. Bundy? What do you think he'll leave behind in the theater?
He's left a pretty big influence. He's one of the best directors I know. He's contributed a lot to the theater world. He knows how to act. He knows how to create sets. He knows how to make stuff work. And that's
He's a
just
triple
something.
threat.
It's kind of like
director.
what aren't we gonna miss about
Yeah.
Mr. Bundy?
Yeah.
And then when we graduate, we can't come back and visit him. I'll miss that. I was gonna come back and say, hey, what's up? But now I can't.
I love him. I just love everything about him. He's kind of become like a surrogate parent for like everything. I mean, I've been here every day dealing with him. So I'll miss him.
Yeah.
Funny sense of humor. A little twisted sometimes, but fun.
I like how much he cares.
Yeah.
He actually cares about his students and he wants us to succeed.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't keep track. It's almost,
This is Fabian's ADD friend. You know what ADD means? In America, that means people whose brains are underdeveloped. That is her.
Shh. Well, surely you heard that. Quiet. What's wrong with you? Shh. Quiet. Stage right. Stage right. Whose did lean in during the yacht. It looked great. Or wait a minute. Yeah, it was the stage right who did. Shh. What's wrong with you?
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why.
I personally, being my last year, will save this vision of Isaac in this outfit. Someday when I'm 90 in a nursing home dribbling spit, I'll sit and think of that and go, whoa! They won't know what I'm laughing at.
It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and...
That was different. Yeah, that was.
Probably had something important to do, like go home and sleep.
Hello, Mr. Bundy. How you doing today? This what you want?
Oh boy, Mr. Bundy, you've got, what is this?
Programs.
Programs for, all right. How many do you need? And when do you need them? You need them when?
When? Really?
Okay.
All right.
Thanks. See you in a bit. Oh, Mr. Bundy, you're here. It's that time already. Roy, you got it?
What?
Here's part of it. Mr. Bundy's already here.
Here already?
We've been
It's that
working
time?
hard. Here, we got it. But it's ready for you. Thanks.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, Chris, it's been a joy working with you. We've had a good time learning about the theater and watching the passion that you have for the theater and the kids that you work with and helping them grow. It's been a learning and inspiring experiences for us as well. And we wish you the best in your future ventures and I'm hoping that you finally get a chance and the ability to relax a little bit and enjoy things. Thanks, and we've enjoyed the ride along with you.
Thank you.
Bye.
It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.